After a difficult fourth quarter in 2022, Silvergate Capital said it had taken more losses in January and February. Cryptocurrencies like Shiba Inu, Cardano, and Solana, which held up better since the beginning of the year, have been subjected to pitfalls. The situation is not extremely delicate, is it? Many cryptocurrencies tumbled recently regardless of some positive market indices and the Dow Jones Industrial Average rising more than 343 points. However, the loss of gains can be attributed to the severe struggles of one of the main US crypto banks, which is Silvergate. The entire crypto community has caught wind of this development, and many are focused on how much more pain this would imply for crypto investors. When it all started, the price of meme token Shiba Inu traded at 4.5% lower. Shares of other altcoins like Solana and Cardano ADA traded roughly 4.4% and 4.3% down, respectively. The big crypto-related news came in late February when Silvergate reported in a regulatory filing that it would need to delay filing its annual report with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC for short. The news came after Silvergate reported earlier this year that it's seen losses close to 70% of the deposits leave the bank in the last quarter of the previous year. This led the bank to sell a large number of bonds while they traded at a loss, which cleared a lot of the shareholder equity. According to reports, the company had reported more than $949 million loss for the fourth quarter. In an updated filing with the SEC, Silvergate stated that since the fourth quarter, the bank has sold additional bonds at losses, which severely impacted regulatory capital and could cause the company's capital levels to fall below regulatory requirements. Then, from the bank's perspective, it was necessary to evaluate the impact that these subsequent events have on its ability to continue as a going concern for the 12 months following the issuance of its financial statements. Silvergate further explained that it was reevaluating its business due to regulatory challenges, which include heightened oversight and regulatory investigations. This can be likened to a thorny situation. So the largest crypto exchange Coinbase, which was likely to be one of Silvergate's largest clients, announced that it will no longer use Silvergate to foster payment transactions out of an abundance of caution. Other clients have reportedly taken similar actions as Coinbase, and as a result, Silvergate's stock plunged to 58%. This particular crypto bank is important for the crypto ecosystem because it provided crucial infrastructure with its real-time payment network for fiat dollars that could better facilitate crypto transactions. This strategy is unique because cryptocurrency trades around the clock, and the US banking system operates on a lag. Most major crypto exchanges and many large institutional crypto traders had used Silvergate's payment system and brought massive sums of deposits the bank didn't have to pay any interest on. So who are the major recipients of this incoming pain? Well, obviously it's the investors. The FTX exchange had been a large client of Silvergate, and the firm's unveiled scandal and the ensuing bankruptcy put a lot of pressure on Silvergate. While it seems like most of the damage had dissipated in the fourth quarter, there was still the question of whether regulators will come down hard on Silvergate for violating some kind of anti-money laundering or bank secrecy act. So now what? Well, this is a crypto-wide situation because there's only so many banking partners that help facilitate crypto-related US dollar transactions. The fewer these banks are partners, the harder it could be for investors to transfer crypto to dollars and vice versa. But on the flip side, through the FTX bankruptcy and now Silvergate, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies have survived better than expected. The resilience that they are showing is nothing short of mind-blowing. While many are only fans of the largest and most established cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, Solana and Cardano do have solid networks that present them as compelling options in the crypto environment. For now, the reservations about Shiba Inu have blocked whatever potential the coin might likely reflect. But before we take a deeper dive into praising cryptocurrencies, Silvergate's issue looks a lot more serious than how it is presented in headlines. Let us explain. Silvergate is now focused on shutting operations and liquidating. In a statement, the company said, "In light of the recent industry and regulatory developments, Silvergate believes that an orderly wind down of the bank operations and a voluntary liquidation of the banks is the best path forward." According to a liquidation plan shared recently, all deposits will be fully repaid, but the company did not state how it plans to resolve claims against its business. Centerview Partners will act as Silvergate's financial advisor, and Cravoth, Swine, and more will provide legal services. The liquidation came less than a week after Silvergate discontinued its payment platform known as the Silvergate Exchange Network, which was widely considered to be one of its core offerings. As part of the liquidation announcement, Silvergate cleared the air that other deposit-related services will remain operational as the company winds down, and customers will be notified if there are any further modifications. Also, Silvergate noted that it would delay the filing of its annual 10K for 2022 while it sorted out the viability of its business. The company disclosed that the delayed filing was partly due to an imminent regulatory crackdown, including a probe already underway by the Department of Justice. The bank also attributed the delay of congressional inquiries as well as investigations from its banking regulators, which include the Federal Reserve and the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. Crypto companies like Coinbase and Galaxy Digital raced to cut ties with Silvergate when it looked like the bank was not sure whether it can stay in business. According to a tweet from Coinbase, "At Coinbase, all client funds continue to be safe, accessible, and available. In light of recent developments and out of abundance of caution, Coinbase is no longer accepting or initiating payments to or from Silvergate. Coinbase will be facilitating institutional client cash transactions with our other banking partners and have taken proactive action to help ensure that clients experience no impact from this change." However, Silvergate has been struggling for months. In addition to laying off 40% of its workforce in January, the firm reported nearly a $1 billion net loss in the fourth quarter, following a rush for the exits at the end of last year that saw customer deposits plummet to $3.8 billion. That resulted in Silvergate selling $5.2 billion of debt securities. The firm also went to the Federal Home Loan Bank for an additional $4.3 billion. That loan drew attention from lawmakers like Senator Elizabeth Warren, who noted that this further introduced crypto market risk into the traditional banking system. Investment firms Citadel Securities and BlackRock recently stepped forward and took major stakes in Silvergate, buying up 5.5% and 7% respectively. For now, this is the latest blow for the crypto industry, which has been decorated by a slew of downfalls, bankruptcies, and severe financial and confidence losses. It also underscores the wide reach and seemingly unending issues of the infamous FTX debacle, from which some major players are still shaken up. It's important to note that following FTX's bankruptcy filing in November 2022, Silvergate's CEO Alan Lane tried to reassure customers and investors, issuing an update on Silvergate's exposure to FTX. As of September 30, 2022, Silvergate's total deposits from all digital asset customers totaled $11.9 billion, of which FTX represented less than 10%. Silvergate has no outstanding loans to nor investments in FTX, and FTX is not a custodian for Silvergate's Bitcoin collateralized SIN leverage loans. To be clear, our relationship with FTX is limited to deposits, Lane said back then. In an SEC filing, Silvergate said its results might materially differ from those indicated in previous statements, including the viability of companies' digital asset-focused businesses following the substantial volatility in the digital asset industry during the fourth quarter of 2022 and continuing into 2023, including several high-profile bankruptcies which had disrupted investor confidence in cryptocurrencies and led to a rapid escalation of oversight of the digital asset industry. According to Sid Powell, CEO and co-founder of Maple, the impact of the Silvergate situation on the broader digital asset ecosystem is likely to be minimal given that the market is already in a period of reduced trading and volatility. Quote, "The major US-based exchanges, moreover, have already been preparing for what eventually happened at Silvergate, and in return, they have been making arrangements with other banking partners, such as Signature." Powell expects other banks to step in and fill the void, and they will have to operate cautiously as a result of regulatory pressure. Meanwhile, other industry experts are noting that Silvergate's shutdown is going to be a major setback for crypto and put a lot more regulatory scrutiny on the industry. At the end of the day, Signature might likely be the go-to platform for the digital assets industry. As long as the safety of cryptocurrencies is guaranteed, any strategy that can help calm the storm should be introduced. Investors have had enough of these hope-melting situations. But that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you click on the subscribe and notification buttons, and we'll see you in the next video.